you were only 34 when you became a widow. How did you manage to survive that loss, especially with 4 kids? That must have been like so incredibly difficult. I can't even imagine.
Yeah, no, it was. I had a good group of friends, and I had, at the time, the support of the church. And so they did things that I couldn't. And leading up to his death as well, like they brought meals every day for months. I didn't have to think about cooking or food in the house because they brought it. Or they'd be like, oh, let me take the kids to their sports activities because some days I just like couldn't. I just couldn't.
Yeah.
Right. It was really difficult. Yeah. But, like, I think when something like that happens, leading up to it, you think like, there's no way I can get through this. I can't do this. And then somehow, like, you do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not going to say it's easy, but yeah, somehow you do go into survival mode.
Yeah. I mean, you don't know what you can get through until you're faced with it.
Yeah.
And then especially when you have kids, it's like you have to.
You have to. Yeah.
You have to get through it. There's no choice. You don't have a choice.
Right.
Yeah. So you said that, so you were in the Mormon Church then at the time? And so they really like gathered around you and like supported you. That must have been one of like, for me, I'm not a religious person. In fact, I was raised atheist. But I love the way that the church creates a community of people that really come together and support each other.
Yeah.
And I think that that's something that is missing in society.
Definitely.
These days.
Yeah. Everyone is just like for themselves.
Yeah. Like we don't really, like people don't have something that centers them.
Yeah.
And something to like focus around. And even though I'm not religious, I see how like that has value with the church. So that must have been, you must have felt like so grateful for that. Like,
yeah, definitely. I mean, they even came to me and said, okay, we know that you can't do this. So just tell us like what flowers you like. They did absolutely everything for the funeral. They paid for it.
Wow.
They put the service together. I showed up.
Did your faith help you get through that?
It did, because I felt like, okay, I'm going to see him again. Because I really believe that. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to see him again. So I had that comfort. I knew, okay, he's with God now. I had that comfort. And so that helped me quite a bit. Just knowing like, he's at peace. I don't need to have any guilt about that. And that, for me, like everything is going to be okay.
That's another thing that I actually makes me a little bit jealous about people who have faith, like that truly like feeling that comfort and thinking that you're going to see that person again, or that they're okay, that their spirit like resides somewhere.
Yeah.
Because when my father died, like that was like the worst thing for me.
Yeah.
And I didn't have that. He was just gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's just nothing.
Right.
Like he's gone.
Right.
And I'm never going to see him again.
Yeah. I think whether you're religious or not, and if you don't have that, you can know they're not physically suffering, right? Yeah. They're not suffering. Whether you believe or not, in the other stuff or not, regardless of what you believe, they're not suffering.
Yeah.
And so you don't have to carry that burden, right? Yeah.
Just the idea of non-existence to me is like the most terrifying thing ever.
It is. It's strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like sit in the dark and think about these things.
Well, if you've gone through that, yes, you do. You think about those things, because it is strange to know someone your whole life and to have someone be constant and then they just don't exist. Yeah. It's strange. And it's not something that you think about unless it happens to you.
Right.
Yeah.
So now you ended up being excommunicated from the church, though, right? So what happened there?
So I think I told you I was on that talk show, The Daily Blast Live. Well, that aired, I don't think they're on the air anymore, but I think they aired in like 20 states, and it was this live talk show. And then that was put onto YouTube. And so it circulates.
So, and so you went on that talk show about your career?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I was, after being featured in the New York Post, they contacted me and said, hey, we'd like to have you as a guest on our show. Would you like to do that? I'm like, sure. So I did. And then after it was televised, they put it on YouTube. Someone, I don't know who, someone in the church saw that and said, recognize you. And they sent that to the bishop of the church. And so I got a text one morning, and this was after another article had come out in the New York Post. And I thought, oh, he saw it. I had a text at like 5:30 a.m. I need to meet with you. It's important. Can you come and meet me at the church? I've never had a text like that in my life. So I knew he knows. And so, of course, I'm like, I'm really busy. Can we just talk about this over text? And he's like, it's really important. I'd rather do this in person. And so I avoided him for a while. And then I decided, okay, he's going to see me in attendance this Sunday. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off. So I did. I let him come over. And we had the most awkward conversation ever. He's not really into social media, right? And I don't know if he has Instagram, but he certainly doesn't know anything about the adult industry. Well, it's still none of his business. And I still, I don't see anything wrong with if I were on the other side of the business as, an adult in adult entertainment film star.
Right.
But he assumed that's what it was. And he went off on some spiel, some tangent about how, negative that is and, not great for, myself or my family. I didn't correct him. I just sort of like the smile and nod, like, yeah. He gave me an ultimatum. He said, you can't do this and be a member of the church. It just doesn't work. Those two things just don't coexist. You can have your career and your life, or you can come and attend and be one of us, basically. And he asked me if that's, do you want to still attend and do you want to be a member? And is this what you want? And I said, yes. I just wanted him out of my house. Yes. I'm thinking towards the end of the conversation, I'm thinking, wait a minute, why are you here right now? Why did I let you come over again?
Yeah.
But you're conditioned from a young age because in the Mormon Church, you have to, you attend an annual meeting where you're asked questions about, your faith and if you still have the same beliefs that you did and if you've been living a pure life to get permission to go to the Mormon temple. So you can't just walk into the Mormon temple. You have to have the recommendation from the bishop. And so, if you're a member, then you're used to this. You're used to asking for permission and wanting and needing acceptance. And so that's why to anyone else, they're like, why did you let him in your house? Like, that's none of his business. But if you're used to that and having those conversations, then it's just sort of a knee-jerk reaction to say, okay, Dad, come over and we'll talk about it, right? But yeah, towards the end of that conversation, I'm like, wait a minute. This is really strange. This is not normal. Why are you here? This is none of your business. When I'm in attendance on Sunday, which I am every Sunday, I act normal. Like I dress conservatively. I'm nice. I sit quietly and I listen and then I leave and I go home. So where it led from there was he wanted an update. Like every couple of weeks, he was texting me like, hey, I'd really like to have an update from you. Where are we at with things? Because he wanted to know, are you still continuing your shenanigans on OnlyFans or have you changed your ways? And of course, I haven't changed my ways. I'm making bank. Right? So making a lot of money.
Don't you have to give 10%? Don't you have to give 10% of your income to the Mormon Church?
You have to, but it's frowned upon not to. Yeah.
So if he wants his 10%, then maybe he should let you do OnlyFans.
Right. Yes.
You
get
a much bigger 10%. I'm just saying.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. I thought it was dirty money. Yeah. So he's really after me, wanting an update, and I didn't want to give it to him because I wanted to just do my thing and like leave me alone. Right. So I was moving to another state, and it was known because I was asking for help, like to carry furniture and do things. And so not him, but other members in the church. So, the talk happened that, okay, she's moving. And he didn't want this to be, I think what happened is he didn't want this to be another bishop's problem. Because when you move, you have a record number. You have a record with the church. So if I move and I attend, they're going to ask, okay, what's your member ID? And then they're going to find out. And then we have to have that conversation. So I think he just thought, let's just close business here. You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Your Instagram's still there. Your account's still there. Your link is still in your bio. And so I'm just going to make the call. And so he took away my membership.
So he excommunicated you.
Yes. Yeah. It says in the letter, which I did get an official letter, that, I'm still welcome to attend, but I can't take part in sacrament. I can't attend the temple. I don't have any of the same privileges. So you're allowed to sit there in the pew and be shamed if you'd like to still attend. If you'd still like to show up and have everyone stare at you, because it's quiet. Like if somebody passes gas, 200 people are going to know. Like it's quiet. When they pass that bread and that water, everyone is looking around and everyone takes the bread and the water. But if I'm not allowed to, it's going to be noticed, right?
Yeah.
If I don't. So I'm not, come on, I'm excommunicated. I'm out, you know? Yeah.
So what did you do after that?
I moved and then I just went about my life, and I started recently thinking about going back.
Okay.
Because I just wanted to regroup, restart my life, which I wasn't moving because of that. I wanted out of bad weather, but, I'm glad I'm away. I mean, I don't want those people as neighbors, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So I'm now, because my kids, they grew up attending every Sunday, and it's kind of weird. It's like there's this hole and things are just different. And so I've thought about, well, maybe I do just go back and then I fight for my membership. I'm just not really sure what my move is going to be, but that's a potential.